Hello and happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. This is live again, live time with Jennifer Young Agency. I am super excited as always to be able to reach out to you, speak to you, and have you all just hear great things that I have to talk about. This Thriving Thursday and throughout the month of May, we are recognizing nonprofit agencies. We are so happy that they are out here servicing the communities and doing things for their specific target. So we want to bring some great charities to the table this month, interview them a little bit, find out what we can do to assist them, as well as if you may need assistance from their agency, how to make that happen. So it is Thriving Thursday. I'm so excited. How are you, Terri?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be here, and I love your shirt.
Thank
I
you.
got my Team Basecamp shirt on too. You got
Right,
your
right. Team
fabulous
Basecamp.
black and white.
Yes, I'm in. I'm in. So I am so familiar with your organization, and I know, everyone is not. So I'm going to try to talk to you as if I don't know a whole lot so we can get the information out there on who Basecamp is, what do you do specifically. So first, let me just thank you for taking this time to talk to me, and let's talk Basecamp.
Well, you're very welcome, and thank you right back. We love any opportunity to have any platform to get our message out there and our mission out there.
Yes. So Basecamp. What is Basecamp?
We are a 38-year-old nonprofit that is focused on kids with cancer and their brothers and sisters, their whole entire family, kids affected by cancer. The name base is symbolic of the encampments that are built as you climb a mountain, base camp. And at base camp is where you stop and rest and gather with your friends and have a meal and figure out how you're going to finish the climb. And BASE is actually an acronym for Believe, Achieve, Support, and Educate. And those are four components that we try to always incorporate in whatever we're doing. So we have a whole series of programs to help children and families through this journey.
Wow, that's my first time hearing the base of Basecamp and what it symbolizes. So wow, very inspiring. So how long have you been a part of Basecamp?
I have actually very proudly been a part of Basecamp for the entire 38 years.
Okay.
The programs that are now Basecamp, I actually helped inspire and start in 1982. I always joke when I talk to college people and young people like you, and I follow that up by saying, yes, I am 102. But I was a youngster back. I worked for Leukemia Society, and actually, I would have told you that I didn't cancer had not affected my life. I didn't have a relative or anyone who had been affected by cancer, but indeed, in what is now middle school, for me, it was junior high. One of my friends lost her mom to what I know now as breast cancer. We didn't know back then. People just quietly had cancer in their households. They didn't put on a pink shirt or a gold ribbon and say, and then later, my high school boyfriend and my best friend lost parents before we were 20. So cancer had on the edges affected my life, but I really didn't know what it was like to have a cancer patient in the family, which is a totally different journey.
Mm.
So that's what really started everything. Is I found out a million years ago that 38 years ago that Disney World was our first sponsor, and they would let kids and even adult parents in free if someone had cancer in the family. This was a very old program. It was one of their beginnings of Compassion Partners tickets. And to me, it was just a tool. It was a gift I could give somebody that was literally crying. Say my husband was diagnosed with cancer, my daughter, my friend, my mother, and I could offer them a free day at Disney World. And
Yeah.
that's really what began the programs that are now Basecamp.
Wow. That's incredible. Having experienced cancer personally, you know, and losing my dad to cancer. Um, I just know how it felt to need an out, you know, and to be able to have some support. I think we all follow behind and support charities for different reasons. That has been, you know, very dear to me. I've lost a cousin also to cancer, which it means something when you experience it personally.
Well, and I think obviously you know what it feels like when you just want something normal. You
Yeah.
just want a normal, happy day again. Like if you could go back in time, and a lot of that, it almost sounds superficial, but people need that distraction. They need a myriad of distractions. So the next thing we did was we had a parent support group. And I always say it is so hard to get a group of parents whose children have just been diagnosed with cancer in a
Mhm.
room together, because it's horribly sad, especially in 1982, 1983. There wasn't a lot of good news. And then that really developed our third program, which was outings. SeaWorld was our first sponsor. They gave us 50 tickets. Albertsons gave us some chicken and some potato salad. And we had a big picnic.
Right.
And we couldn't get 4 or 5 people to come to a support group, but we had 49 people come to SeaWorld. And I think that was my Oprah aha moment. I knew that that's what I was put on the world to do, was to
Yeah.
create some distractions and some opportunities for people to gather and just have a normal happy day along this crazy sad journey.
Yes. You know what? Happy days. That's what it has to come to. With that being said, I'm wearing the Ironman Basecamp shirt. And Hyson Jubeli, he has created an event that we are hitting the 11th year of this event that brings people together, hundreds of people together for happy days, and lots of the proceeds go directly to Basecamp, which I'm happy to be a part of. I am the media director again. For I want to say for the third year, which has just been an amazing journey to see the amount of money that we're able to give back to the organization. How?
It is an incredible event. We are so excited because one of the most impactful, important things is that Hisam continues to choose Basecamp. He has stayed with us for a long time. I think the first couple of years, it either wasn't a fundraiser or it was a very small fundraiser. And it has gone from, I think the first year he partnered with us, we raised $1,000. Last year it was over $20,000.
Wow,
So
that's a
it
lot.
has grown. It is a huge event for us. We're a small local grassroots charity. We're not a big $1 million charity. So for us, $1,000, $20,000 is huge.
Yeah, that's amazing. And the date changed for this year due to COVID-19. But our date now is October 10th. I'm so excited and looking forward to that. It's actually my birthday at the same time.
Woo!
So Terry, we are going to have a great night. We're going to have a great black and white weekend this year. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Hollywood edition.
We are so excited. I think we're going to have a lot of Marilyn Monroe's in that white
Oh,
dress.
yes, I am getting my body ready for it right now. Let me ask you something. With COVID-19 coming in, how has that affected the charity?
Well, it really put the brakes on everything. The first thing that happened, we actually serve over 1,000 children in our community, and right here in our 10 counties that make up Central Florida.
Okay.
The way cancer works, kids with cancer are so different than adults with cancer. I feel like every community has adult cancer centers, and part of it's numbers. There are 10 times as many adults with cancer, but
Mhm.
those 1,000 children in our community go between Arnold Palmer, Florida Hospital, now Advent Health on Princeton, and the Moores Children's Cancer Hospital out at Lake Nona. So between those three hospitals are where we deliver the heart of our programs, which we focus on nourishment, encouragement, and strength to finish the climb.
Okay.
And how we deliver those things is there's a lot of food. I kind of joke that we're all a little chubby around the edges because we deliver comfort food about 6 times a week
Okay.
between those three hospitals. So the very first thing that happened was that we noticed that the hospitals were saying either you can't deliver the food in the same way, and then it trickled down. Like at first, we could only, instead of going room to room to deliver pizza or Papa John or Olive Garden or some kind of food, we
Mhm.
had to just go to one room and serve from one space. And
Okay.
then it moved to you can't even come in the hospital. We
Mm.
would love to deliver the food to the patients, but we're going to have you stop at the door. So you can deliver it to us, and we'll put stickers on the boxes, or we'll give everybody your card or a flyer. We'll let them know it's from base camp. And then one of the hospitals said no more. And then the second one said no more. And in the meantime, restaurants were saying we need to take a pause. We can't, we have a lot of restaurants that give us the food.
Wow.
So that was the other secondary thing that started happening. And one of our biggest sponsors is Olive Garden. We love them. We have 6 Olive Gardens that each give us about $200 worth of food every month. So when that went away, we can't replace that $200 because there's no cash flow. Somebody doesn't give us $200 to buy the food. We're just picking up the food for free at Olive Garden and delivering it. So all
Right.
these things started happening. So we actually have really changed between the three hospitals. We One hospital is not accepting anything right now, and I understand it. They don't want any contamination. They don't want anything to cross their
Right.
threshold. And then another hospital said, hey, we're not going to give the food to the families, but we checked with our sponsors and they were happy to pass it on to the healthcare workers. So the nurses and the staff, we are still feeding them once a week at one of the hospitals. And then the other hospital said, we're going to still allow you to deliver lunch, but only to the door. Everybody has to wear gloves and masks. And then we're going to pass it off to the staff person. And then they are going to, and they really prefer individually wrapped things so that nobody but the restaurant clean workers have touched anything. So there's no cross contamination. So we are being able to do that. And then one of the sweetest things we've been able to continue, and we've actually enhanced it, is our food pantry
Okay.
grocery delivery. We had normally have 10 bags of groceries every Friday night at our we have a party every Friday night at our office, which we can't do anymore. So we kind of started stockpiling these grocery bags just
Okay.
in the first couple of weeks. And we're like, what are we going to do? Either we have to quit picking them up from the food pantry, or we need to find a better way to get them to our families. So
Right.
we sent out an email and said, hey, does anybody need groceries? Well, 29 people said yes. And so we hooked those families up, and with a very generous donation, we were able to buy $50 grocery store gift cards because we realized the bags of groceries are basically, some spaghetti and some marinara and a jar of peanut butter, kind of some staples. But you really need eggs and milk and butter and cheese and some meat and some other things that go along with that. So we've been able to enhance that. So every Friday we are doing a drive-by. We turned our back door into a drive-in. So people come. I said they're going to have to peep the horn. We have them. We have them scheduled every 15 minutes so that families come by. And then we've actually still been able to help a couple of families with our day center. Um, we've been scrubbing it down. We had some parents that had some emergency daycare needs,
Okay.
so we were able to help them on a one-to-one basis where we're not cross-contaminating. Only one family, one sibling, 2 kids at a time have been our max, but they
Right.
could come from the same family, but we can give mom a break, and we sterilize our office in between. So we've been able to continue up and running.
Okay.
We just delivered another milestone party today. It was somebody's birthday in the hospital. And again, it looks different to us. We don't get to go in the room and hug them and give
Yeah.
them the cake. We have to pass it off to somebody else. We even did a hospital helium party last week. We have a lovely young lady who didn't get to go to Paris for her Make a Wish.
Okay.
And we have a project called Hospital Helium, and it's just to lift a child's spirits. In fact, one of the things that are sponsored from Black and White is a hospital helium party. And we usually spend around $500 just to give a kid, whether it's a shopping spree or a gaming system, or we've done all kinds of things with it. This one kid wanted a gold chain, and his mom said he has been hounding me over this gold chain, and it's like the last thing on her list to do, but it was something we could do with $500, is to, and it just lifted his spirits. It made him feel better. And we were able to give this little girl a mock trip to Paris. We were able to decorate her room with lights and Eiffel Towers, and deliver a hospital helium party.
I love what you do to bring smiles to children. I remember when I visited your location and I went into the little girl's room. I felt like a princess all over again. The makeup chairs and the things you can dress up in. It's really about enjoying those moments as children, supporting the families that go through it. It's amazing what you do, Terri. And how can we help? What is it that we can do that's watching right now? If you're watching, you are joining us for Thriving Thursdays. We are interviewing Terri. Terri is with Basecamp Children's Foundation, all supporting cancer kids, families that's going through it. What can we do to help out?
Well, the number one thing, and I always say, I know that people don't have a lot of expendable income these days, but
Okay.
$5 will make a difference. One of the things we're trying to continue to do, a couple of weeks ago when Trolls Worldwide came out, it's $20 to rent the movie for 48 hours. Well, we were able to buy gift cards to Fandango, to email. We could do it touchless. We're getting so smart on
Yeah.
how to get things to people. We can't go yet. You couldn't even buy the movie yet. Normally we go buy the movies and deliver them to the kids in the hospitals, but that movie wasn't even out. But we found a way to buy a gift card so that a kid could load it, or the hospital could load it on a device for them. So, and I always hate to think for, want money right now, but that is the number one need for us and for the families.
Okay. Watching and you want to help, and you are following me on social media, one, like Jennifer Yon Agency, because I have posted a donation link there where you can donate. Also, you can visit my page to find out about Black and White Weekend. There's sponsorship opportunities still available. Visit Basecamp, call Terri directly. Her number is running across at the bottom of the screen.
There you
You
go.
there is so many things that just $5, again, can do to help out and bring a smile to a family's face that is going through cancer.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it is a Thriving Thursday, and we are recognizing nonprofits all month long. Terri with Base Camp. Terri, it is always awesome to see you. I can't wait to get back into networking. The last time we seen each other was at the Orlando networking event with Ironman Events. The more events are coming up. Black and White Weekend is coming up. So I'm looking forward to
Woo!
seeing you. Look, my phone was not supposed to go off, Terri.
We are looking forward to being able to gather again. I know that everybody has been talking about things are going to look different. We actually, one of our biggest other family events that we are trying to figure out how to pull off is Christmas in July. We normally have 600 gifts, 200 children come and all get a gift, three gifts, and we have it at one of the Rosen properties, and we have lunch and we have dancing and we have characters. I don't think we're going to be able to pull that off by July. We're trying to figure out how to do a parade and maybe have a big enough parking lot, or I wish we could find an indoor space because it's really hot. It's Christmas in July is hot in
Yeah.
Florida, but maybe we could do it with cars and circle people around and have kids pick out a gift. And, maybe Santa can jump on the hood of their car or something.
So,
We don't know what it looks like. We don't know what our future programs look like, if
okay.
we'll ever be able to go back to the hospital and go room to room, if everything's going to turn digital, if we're going to have to, you know, email Uber Eats cards to families so they can have a meal in the hospital. What is this future going to look like?
What I can appreciate is that you're here, you've been here for 38 years, and you're ready to figure out what it's going to look like. And I support working with you through the way. If you're looking, we're focused on nonprofits this month. And if you have thought of an idea or you want to jump on one of the things that Terri is saying to help still continue to bring smiles to faces, reach out to her. This has been awesome. I got to learn a little bit of the foundation part of Basecamp, which I had no idea.
Thank you so much. It's funny, even with families, sometimes we say that we can be serving a family for 3 years and they didn't know we had other programs or something else. They only knew that we delivered lunch in the hospital. They didn't know we actually, one of the other things that just got canceled was about once a quarter, at least once a quarter, we have an overnight camp, and we were going to Westgate Lakes Resorts. They give us 7 3-bedroom villas. We have about 70 people come spend the weekend there, and we can't do that now. So like I said, we're just looking at what our future is going to look like, what the future of care is going to look like. But
Yes.
we appreciate you and HISOM and all the Black and White Committee for continuing and persevering through this craziness. To the show must go on. The show will go on.
The show must go on. And with that said, we're going to close out today. It's been fun. It's Thursday, Thriving Thursdays, Jennifer Young Agency. Like me on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Look at more from Terri. If you caught it on the end, share this video, share it on your timeline to friends. Definitely join me. October, Black and White Weekend 2020. And Terri, again, thank you so much for doing what you do.
You're very welcome, and thank you.
All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.